most involved in stem cell manipulation and cloning have been people that will, Adolf Caesar, close enough. He was Kaiser, and then tried to replace Kaiser with Führer, greater than Kaiser, according to the ego. The type of people, look how many people that Adolf Hitler sent into Russia to mass murder for his greatness. And then when that destroyed almost all his people, he sent old men and teenage children to go and try to keep the occupation of France going for his egotistical money industry. Okay, you see that, we are willing to risk our fortunes and our possessions and stuff for life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness and the owning of slaves and so you got to understand what type of people over tens of thousands of years that you're dealing with today that are the driving engine behind philanthropy and advertising and trying to eradicate Abrahamic religion from the face of the planet, eliminate faithful, loving peace through forgiveness of debt and trespass, and replace it with manipulative philanthropy through technology. Okay. You got to understand the voice when you listen to that, then you have your period. And I was like, God dang, this is as irritating as that idiot from China. It's more irritating. The guy from China is trying to sound like a couth and civil human being. This is bad and that is bad and this is bad. Okay, do you understand good from bad? Okay, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. All right, you say good, now you're doing good. Well, there's very little room for bad. Very good. Good boy. Go home. Love your family. Okay. He deserves it. He's a little asshole. Okay. And then that advertiser, we're doing this and we're doing that. And then your girl, you start your period. And then you have a kid. And then you bring, and they do that. And they do that. And they do that. Guys, you share caregiving coincidentally. There are natural things in life. Okay. If you spend your life constantly watching, we have a lot of industrialized toxins that I'm dealing with, and they've inflicted punishment on me through military, through covert ops, to put more industrialized toxins in me than I would actually have, even with the Roundup and the pesticides and stuff, right? When they gave me the job in the back of using chemicals to rot the balls off a bull that they give to gangbangers to kill them off to decrease surplus population and get rid of people that he's cleaned himself up and then he died from cancer. But at least he cleaned himself up. Happy Hiawatha, brave Hiawatha, and the hive and I was sitting there thinking, I got to get this shut down because I've grown affectionate with these kids and I got to get them out of this, Freon thing and stuff. And you're like, but Victor's been doing that for a long time. Okay. And it's eventually going to kill him. And he uses alcohol and marijuana to relax through the pain of having to live in Freon and to pay his extortion because he loves his wife and his kids to the best of his ability. Victor Mason was a good kid. He's a good guy, And I liked Victor a lot, and he was very empathetic. He's very understanding. It's wow. I tried to explain to the younger kids. I was on heroin and I got to take methadone and it's painful and all that. It's like they put those drugs in my body and then I'm detoxing and I don't use methadone to detox because I didn't put the drugs in the body. I took on the military, try to get them to live the Lord's Prayer. And they go, well, I know you watch Vikings and Odin's your God. And I would tell people, do you guys know that I'm the most surveyed, studied person in the history of the world? My life fulfilled 500 documents and everything's getting recorded. And this is a comparison and contrast. And the people at the psychology department at Las Cruces schools and Stan Rounds can't figure it out. Boy, we're in big trouble if our educators aren't intelligent enough to stop dictation and legislation so we can have the liberation of education, right? So elimination, lack of education, right? And so you got these people and they just keep talking. And you're like, before one talks, one should listen. And to commit the sin in the mind is the same to commit it in the flesh, right? Boy, I'd love to fuck her. And if she didn't like it, I would kill her and bury her body in an open pit mine. Right? And if I could get away with it, I'd keep doing it again. Oh, you'd like to run for president or general? Forgive debt and trespass and love one another, eternal faithful peace. Okay. If a woman's into you, she'll let you know. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And if she's an idolatrous philanthropist, you will have sex with that woman, damning your children to hell because you think with your penis. Okay. Don't tell me I don't talk to Sun Yat-sen. Okay, guys, peace out.